Hello, fellow gamers, and hello, fellow struggling Microsoft Xbox gamers and shoppers. I'm here today to help you identify and understand the difference between the various Xbox One controllers. Those of you trying to shop for your kids, friends, and family, or maybe even for yourself, know that the undisputed, reigning champion of horrible game console naming is Microsoft. They have an Xbox, the original Xbox. They have an Xbox 360. Then they have an Xbox One, not to be confused with the first Xbox. Then the One S, the One X, the One Series S, the One Series X. Do you have any idea which any of those are if you're just someone shopping for a birthday or Christmas present for a nephew or a child? Probably not. But we'll put all that aside and just focus on the controller. Here's the good news. The Xbox One, Xbox One S, One X, Series S, Series X all have compatible controllers. However, they are not all created equal, and there are newer and current versions of the Xbox controller. So let's talk about them, because if you're going to buy a controller new, you want to make sure you're getting the newest Xbox controller. If you're buying one used off eBay or Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, you want to make sure you know which model you are getting. Here's the most important part. All the Xbox controllers are backward compatible with Xbox One. So if you buy the newest Xbox controller for the Series X or the Series S, that controller will work with the Xbox One, One S, One X. Also, you will gain some new functionality. Functionality that's pretty significant. Let's talk about it. First off, identifying the original Xbox One controller. This is it. The original controller stands out because the plastic housing is in two separate sections. This is the main face of the controller. And here is a second housing where the Xbox One button is. You'll see they're separate pieces of plastic. Two buttons on the front, no share button. This is important. This controller works with the Xbox One, but does not have Bluetooth. You will not be able to Bluetooth this controller to your PC for PC gaming. Let's move along to the release of the Xbox One S. This is the Xbox One S controller. I believe the same controller launched with the Xbox One X. Not the series, not the newest machine, okay? Those are different. Same two buttons, same general look. Notice the housing is now one piece. No longer is there two separate pieces of plastic between the housing and the Xbox button section. This is important. This is how you identify this as an Xbox One S controller. One of the important features of this controller is that it now supports Bluetooth. You can Bluetooth this controller to your Microsoft Windows 10 computer or laptop and play Steam and whatever other games you want with this Xbox One controller. It's a big feature, a big benefit, and this is the controller you should be buying, not the original. Unless, of course, you want the newest. This is the Xbox Series S and Series X controller. Yeah, boy does it look similar, but different. Let's break it down. The Series X and Series S controller have the same one-piece face. You'll notice the buttons no longer have colors. They are colored buttons with this ridiculous graph showing which color buttons they are. The original controller had colored buttons, as did the S. Why they got rid of this, I don't know. Absolutely horrific idea. But they did. You'll notice the new D-pad. This is it. It has a much more angles, very odd looking than the original D-pad, which looks simply like a D-pad. So that's one way you can identify the new Xbox controller from the older. course, Xbox does have an Elite controller, which is an advanced version of this controller. And this Elite controller does in fact have this fancy D-pad. So the D-pad's not enough. The biggest way for you to determine that you are buying the correct controller, the newest Xbox One Series S or X controller, is this right here, the share button. This share button allows you to press for a screenshot, hold for a video clip. This is the newest and most significant feature on the new Xbox controller. And even more impressive is that this feature works with the original Xbox One, Xbox One S, Xbox One S. It works with all the Xbox Ones, even the ones that came with these controllers that do not have that button. If you have an Xbox One or One S or One X, the original Xbox line of consoles, not the new ones, and you buy this new controller, you can use this share button. So anyone buying a controller new today should be buying the newest controller. Here's even more fun for you. Because Microsoft is such a brilliant company, the new Xbox controller simply says Xbox. That's it. Color of the controller, Xbox. No Series S, no Series X, nothing. It's just Xbox. That's it. So when you go out shopping, looking for a new controller for the newest Xbox, this is the one you want. When you go out looking for a controller for an older Xbox One, this is the one you want. But it will work with Xbox One, Xbox One S, Xbox One X, Xbox One Series S, Xbox Series X. All of the new systems from Xbox One on, this controller will work with. And this is what it looks like. Again, look for the share button. It is the only feature you need to look for. No other Xbox One controller or Series S, Series X controller exists without this share button. The share button is 100% identification that you are getting the latest, newest Xbox controller. So that's it. That's how it works. Thanks again so much for watching. Just to reiterate, original Xbox controller, 2 shell pieces, no share button. Xbox One S controller with Bluetooth, 1 shell piece, no share button. Xbox One Series S and Series X controller, 1 shell piece, Bluetooth, and the share button. Thanks for watching. Happy shopping. Hope I cleared a few things up for you. If you have any questions or interesting things to say, visit me in the comments, and you can buy these on Amazon via the link in my description below. Bye.